Yeah! This Hermitcraft 11 seed, from dimension to dimension, it's easily one of the craziest ones that I've ever seen. What up, besties? My name is Mia Maples, but you can call me Waddles for short, and it is Hermitcraft 11 Day, my dudes. Today, I figured we'd do something a little bit different in honor of the gigantic, massive day, and take a look at the real deal, Hermitcraft 11 seed. For a couple of weeks now, since the seed was revealed at the interesting Hermitcraft 11 panel, I've been digging and diving. Now, in our brand new Hermitcraft seed here, the season will kick off inside of a small, simple, quaint birch forest biome. Oh, no, I know, it's a little bit terrifying, like birchwood right off the bat. That's a little hardcore and intense. But aside from this nether portal that I built over here, well, the starting point of this world is pretty much one of the most perfect Minecraft starting points that I think you could ever have, especially in the modern era. Hermitcraft Season 10 kicked off way back in February of 2024. Since then, we've had not only the tricky trial update, but all of the drops that Mojang has added to the game too. That'll mean the simple yet beautiful start with things like leaves, wildflowers, whatever. I mean, it kind of sets the vibe for the perfect modern era of Minecraft. Now, before we go too much farther into today's exploration and video, spoiler warning, if you don't want to know about the seed that the hermits are playing on, well, why did you tap on this video? And down below, who are you planning on maining, watching the most of this season? Let me know, smash that like button, and if you're into Minecraft updates, news, guides, and stuff like that, then I'd love to be your guy. Subscribe. Alright, now there's an elephant in the room that is relatively close to world spawn, but before we go check out that elephant, we need to do a slow rotation 90 degrees to the back, and oh my god, it's like a beta Minecraft. Dude, I swear every single time I see this like eroded savanna biome or whatever the heck it is, it throws me back to like those early years of Minecraft with like Herobrine lurking the forests before they removed them, and you know the vibe. At the time of recording this video, obviously I haven't seen any of what the hermits have cooked up on day one, but man, I can imagine it here with that gigantic hole in the cliff right there, so cool, and these big overhangs. We got a lot of crazy builder loose like Pearlescent Moon over here or something. Oh dude, I can imagine it like bridges connecting the land or just something sick going on all over this beta generation. Beta like ancient, not like weak. Another pretty sick thing that I was able to find in this seed, just kind of cool, a little bit more simple. It's about halfway in between world spawn and beta generation. There's this really cool entrance to a cave that actually cuts pretty deep here. We have a little aquifer dead ending at a flat wall. And then if you jump into this cave, you can easily get down, well, approximately right off the bat to like 21. But if you remove a couple more blocks, you dig just the right way, you'll drop down into a further cave system that'll take you all the way down to Deep Slate and well, a beautiful spawner at spawn too. It's also one of the best ones. It's a skeleton one, and the loot inside of it, hey, that's for the Mount of Mayhem. Okay, so with the help of Chunkbase here, when the hermits initially sold off the Season 11 seed, there was one kind of large glaring thing right in front of all of our eyes. This is really cool. As you can see here, world spawn is set on kind of the bay of a circular shaped ocean, and well, what could that be? So setting myself back over to world spawn inside of the birch forest biome. On one side, behind us if you will, you've got a bunch of different biomes with tons of different tree types. So if you were planning on rocking the seed, you'd be able to access a lot of different wood types pretty much right off the bat here. But instead of going off to the forest, what if we maybe grab a boat, grab a nautilus, grab some flying hacks, and then cruise straight out into the ocean? Before too long, when flying out into the ocean, oh my gosh, you will see it. Again, no clue what the hermits are planning for the season, but dude, this mushroom island biome, this sits right here, pretty much at world spawn. Not only is it one of the largest ones that I have ever seen, but well, was that but a tree that I found there? Okay, Mushroom Island, world spawn back over that way. In between here, we have a massive ocean, and by the way, giving ourselves a little bit of night vision so we can see it a little bit better. As you would predict, this ocean is chock full of a bunch of great things. For example, directly in between spawn and the Mushroom Island, we've got a giant ocean monument, perfect for a farm. There are also tons of ruined portals sprinkled all over the ocean floor. And oh, what's that? You wanted 2 ocean monuments? Ah, okay, no big deal. And what's that? You wanted to have maybe a shipwreck right next to the ocean monument and a ruin? Oh, okay. So we've got a cold ocean ruin, that'll do, and then a shipwreck right next to the monument too. Taking a little peek-see inside of the shipwreck loot here, well, in the Mounts of Mayhem drop. I'm sure this shipwreck will be looted before the Mounts of Mayhem drop, but we do have armor trim too. Mushroom Island. Once you caress your feet upon the mushy mycelium blocks, Oh my gosh, this thing continues on for miles and miles and one more mile beyond that. So I play with a render distance of 32 chunks right here, and moving into the Mushroom Island, you will not be able to see the other side of the Mushroom Island at certain points. This thing is so big. So if we go ahead and slide over to Chunk Base, this spot is about negative 700, 200. The spot all the way across from it, 300, 800. At its widest point, this island is almost 1,000 blocks all the way across. This is insane. Now, obviously, the crazy thing about the Mushroom Island biome, you already know it, we love it. There are no hostile mobs that will spawn here. If the hermits make good use of this, maybe a shopping district, maybe just where all of the bases are or something like that, this is going to be completely different. Also, underneath this Mushroom Island, there are massive cave systems. Some of these caves cutting all the way down into Deep Slate, literally right away. Now, if you know a thing or two about world generation, unfortunately, Ancient City, that probably would not happen under Mushroom Island, but big giant mineshaft, sure, definitely. More spawners, literally all over the place, including this interesting kind of double, almost triple, depending on who sets it up and how you do it. It's 3 spawners right in, like, the same area. That's crazy. A whole ton of beautiful giant caves with like pillars connecting the floor of the ceiling, exposed geodes all over the place. As was bound to happen with how common they are, there's a handful of trial chambers under this island, and even a beautiful, warm, lush cave is a biome here as well. What the hermits are going to be able to pull off with this gigantic mushroom island at a size that I have never seen before, it's really fascinating, and hopefully vibrant visuals will drop by the end of the season, because then we'll get some really good views in here too. Just like the moon, mushroom big. But if we were to go the exact opposite direction of the Mushroom Island, from World Spawn over here, before too long, we'll see a jungle, we'll see a plains biome, more savanna all over the place. We'll also begin to creep up on a dark oak forest biome, so yet another wood type, and a taiga over there that's basically all of the wood. A nice beach for harvesting and reselling of sand. But before too long, I mean, it is a little bit of a distance. They're gonna have to walk for it. But before too long, you'll be able to find an outpost out here with a couple of alley as well. This could be great for, well, not only having alley nice and early, but also having an outpost, maybe building a farm, and the loot. Well. That's beautiful. All right, now, next up here, we're going to depart from World Spawn a little bit and instead slide out into the wider world around us. Located at approximately 950, 820 deep down under the ground, yet another absolutely absurd cave. This one goes from literally the bottom of the world to just about as high as caves can physically go. Like, you can see daylight all the way over there and then the bottom of the world. But what's that? With a little bit of night vision, now I can see it. Yeah, there's an ancient city here too with, well, I'm just gonna say there's some really, really nice loot in here. I don't know, like, I know an ancient city isn't like the rarest thing in the world or whatever, but anytime I can find an ancient city, especially with like a big cave open above it, I'm just like obsessed and fascinated with it. The ancient city is still such a peak structure, even years on from this thing's edition. Another neat thing that I was able to find that is nowhere near spawn at all, 6,000 blocks away. The closest woodland mansion. It sits on or near a little bit of water, a nice biome diversity going on over here. But my favorite thing about this mansion can be seen from, I believe this side it is right here. Oi, look at how tall the mansion is because it dips down, like for the base right here, down into a cave system that yet again, I mean, it's like a common theme, dude. Every single cave that I found here, it's absurd. But I don't know, it's just something about when the mansion gets those big, long pillars dipping down into a cave. It just looks so cool to me. Now I could look around at the overworld all day long, trust me, it's good. But the very final thing that I wanted to show off here, this is going to sit somewhere located alongside that gigantic ocean that has the Mushroom Island in the middle of it. Wow, this mountain right there, all of that packed ice spilling down the side with the cherry blossom biome in the background. Oh, imagine building a base right in here. You have that beautiful looking mountain, the cherry wood accessible, and this ocean, man. I can see it happening now. Like, once this update, the Mounts of Mayhem actually drops, the hermits find the Nautilus, and you could travel all around this ocean, like, really, really quickly. Maybe have a big racetrack or something with the Nautilus, like from World Spawn over to the Mushroom Island, over to this crazy mountain. Oh yeah, and like the perfect ruin portal generation here too, with like a little netherite island and everything going on. Man, the overworld inside of this world is beautiful. But, you know, the hermits are pretty good players. I'm sure one or two of them, maybe three, know how to make a nether portal. At world spawn, this is just like right here somewhere. What I decided to do was go ahead and make a nether portal, pop it down, and jump into the nether, and immediately I am on the edge of everything. That's insanely bad. Very, very dangerous right here. We are literally one block above the lava ocean, so maybe nether portal right at spawn? Debatable, but this area right here is crazy, insane, overpowered. Two nether structures, the bastion, the fortress. Both the bastion and the fortress are very, very close to here and also pretty easy to get to. First up, let's go ahead and take a look at the bastion that is going to be located in the nearby Crimson Forest biome. The bastion will sit a little bit lower than world spawn, but wowee. I mean, yeah, a bastion always is beautiful, but especially a bastion that has really, really good loot. The loot that we could take a look at here, But even more importantly, this double chest all the way down here, oh man, you got the Bader pattern. You got that. That could be netherite, like pretty much right away. But the more interesting structure out of the two, at least this time around, is going to be the closest fortress to the closest portal at world spawn. So this fortress, it kicks off above a lava ocean inside of the Crimson Forest biome. So far, kind of a normal looking fortress, maybe leaning cool. It's very, very nice. But as I slowly begin to move around, oh, I see a spawner. That's nice. A double hallway right there. That's really cool. Wait a second. Why am I seeing Blackstone in the, Oh, this isn't another fortress. This is another Bastress? All right, so from this structure, inside of this thing, you could 1 second be running around looking for netherrack, fighting the wither skeletons, opening the chest and finding some fancy new loot. And then, all of a sudden, you turn the right corner, keep on walking down, and pretty quickly, you're going to find yourself smack dab, depending on the hallway you take, smack dab in the middle of a piglin bastion as well. And oh boy, this generation right here, this is not going to be just any piglin bastion. No, if you know your bastion. Oh, if you know your bastion, then this little bridge right here will get your heart fluttering. When we walk into this big room, usually it's like giant, square, and open. This time, it's way more cramped. There's a literal nether fortress inside of the bastion. And you can actually access from the nether fortress, if you go the right way, the interior of the bastion, dude. That is so cool. But even better, with this big room, that will mean, guaranteed, at the bottom of it, we will not only have a spawner, but we're gonna have netherite upgrade templates inside of this thing too. You've got a nether fortress with a magma cube spawner with a blaze spawners all over too. If this is incorporated into the nether hub or something like it, dude, this is going to be crazy. I've never seen a nether seed that is like actually this golden and perfect just from the start. Look at how it fuses together, like perfectly lined up. Now, as far as I could tell from the rest of the nether here, this is your relatively normal nether. It's nice. There is one more thing that we need to check out today. So you never know. This might end up being a day one thing. It might end up happening a little bit later, but the closest stronghold to world spawn, it's not that far. If I send myself over to it, it's going to be located below a dark oak forest biome, birch forest biome, with a jungle biome that's pretty big nearby. Also, again, man, with that wood diversity, we got the biggest mangrove biome ever over there. Now, pretty often, more often than not, the stronghold is just a beautiful structure. I'm obsessed with it. It is really cool. It's aged well, even though it could use an update. The cool thing about this stronghold that I was able to find, well, is the fact that we've got a library, a couple of other rooms, but inside of the portal room, which was fully empty, the windows are actually windows here. I wouldn't be able to tell you the last time that I found a stronghold portal room with the windows inside of it actually being real windows without this room being like chopped up into a cave or ruined or whatever. Not the biggest thing, but still kind of cool. The main end island, oi, that's dangerous. I hate it when that platform is floating above the void, but the main end island, it's a relatively normal one, maybe leaning small. But the end, when I was diving into it, I found something inside of Hermitcraft's one that I have never seen before. Inside of the end, sending myself to this end city, located at about negative 1500, negative 650. So from up here, above this medium-sized end city, I can see one end city, two end city, three end city, turn around, 4 end city. That one's really small, but it's still a fourth one. If from this end city, I go ahead and start moving on, exploring the end, and maybe going city to city, loading everything. Oh, what's that but another one? And about half of these end cities here are going to be elytra end cities, so that means a ship. When I go from that city where I started to this one, I find another end city. So maybe, let's say I go ahead and raid that end city, then I move on to this next end city right over here. And you gotta keep in mind that by this point, you already have at least one elytra, so you can fly from city to city. Oh, wait, what's that? Another end city? Alrighty, well, I would go ahead and raid this whole end city, then I'd go ahead and move on. Oh my god, wait a second. I was going to this end city, and right beyond that end city, I find another end city. I mean, it's small again, but an end city is an end city. That's shulkers. Oh, and what's that? Once I get to this end city, there's another end city. Yeah, this just keeps going on too. In this particular area of the end, this is where I started. You can move from end city to end city and find like 11, maybe 13, 14 end cities all really close to each other. I've never seen a seed with so many concentrated end cities. Yeah, with such a beautiful world, this season's gonna start with a bang. Alright, and that's all I have for you today. If you enjoyed, smash like, subscribe, and did you know that way back when, I took a look at Season 10 Seed 2, which at that point in time was a peak seed too. Maybe check out that one, and I'll see you tomorrow.